Hello, everybody, and welcome. I don't know why my live button wasn't working very well, but I am here. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new, like the screen says, my name is Evelyn Knight, and I am the childcare business coach and founder of Childcare Business Professionals. I have a podcast by the name Childcare Business Coach. So if you're new to me, go and binge on my podcast. There's my shameless plug. So I want to just dive in and get started today because I am still on a high from being at my childcare business summit, which I got back home from last night around midnight. So I am a little bit tired. If you're on the East Coast, when I record this, it is 9 a.m. here on the West Coast. And my goodness, looking at myself right now, I definitely look like I'm tired and a little disheveled here. So I do apologize, but I have been traveling. I've been working nonstop for days. We just got done hosting several amazing leaders in ECE, and you ladies who are there, you inspire me. Let me know as you pop in. Tell me in the comments if you made it to the Child Care Business Summit. It was an amazing, life changing experience, not just for the people that I brought there. And I can tell you, a lot of you came to me and I've been getting messages, and my team is telling me that they are getting flooded with messages of people who just keep coming to them and saying, wow, this has changed my life. Wow, this is amazing. You guys completely changed how I see things. You completely changed how I think. I've never seen these things. And that was really my goal for this summit. That I really wanted to make sure that I could bring change into your lives. We have the same speakers always coming in ECE, and ECE is stuck in this rut that isn't working. It's not working. So we officially launched the ECE revolution this weekend, which was amazing, just amazing. Hashtag ECE revolution. And it really is focusing on, like I said, breaking the fishbowl. We are stuck in ECE in this fishbowl, and we don't know what's out there. And there's so many amazing things out there that and industries that we can take their ideas from and begin to thrive. We don't have to be struggling to hire. We don't have to. And I during at the business summit, I got my team up on the stage, and my director and everybody was there. And we talked about how we're not struggling to hire at my childcare center. I'm not struggling to retain employees. A lot of the issues that we see that are just overwhelming childcare providers aren't happening for my center. And if you were at the summit, you heard from Tony Child, which is a genius. Tony, just next level. I mean, just being in the room with him, getting to spend so much time with him this weekend was awesome. I'm actually going to one of his live events, but it was just really cool to hear him talk about how in order to really become successful, you need to find someone who's done it. You need to find someone who's achieved what you want to achieve and work with them as much as you can. Come alongside them and see how did they do it. Well, that's exactly what I've created for you guys here in Childcare Business Professionals. I've created a program to show you exactly how I do it. Why am I not struggling to hire when all of you are? Why am I not struggling to retain my staff? Why do I have a wait list of over 1,000 children? Why are these things happening? Why am I not struggling financially? Why am I different? It's not me that's different. It's the techniques I use, it's the things I do. And you can do it too. You don't need to be struggling to hire. You really don't. You can become a center that people are knocking at your door to come work for, just like I am. We're overstaffed. It's funny as I hear people talking about the struggles, and I'm like, oh, do you want a couple of mine? Because I'm way overstaffed. And not only am I overstaffed, but I've got a nonstop flow of applicants coming to work for me. And I do not advertise for job openings. I've just created a reputation that puts me in a position where people want to work for me, people outside the industry, and people want to stay working for me. My parents don't want to leave because they know if they walk away, they lose their spot. They're not getting it back. They just know they're not getting that position back. So that is something every single one of you can have too. So, for those of you who were at the summit, I really want to speak a lot more to you today. And for those of you, before I get into that, let me tell you guys, for those of you who missed the summit, we do have a special. We are going to be releasing the recordings of the summit. You will get to virtually attend all the sessions. And I can tell you guys, this is like nothing you've ever seen before. Again, I brought speakers in from more of my world. I really don't do a whole lot in ECE anymore because the mindset in ECE is broken. It is broken. There's no sugarcoating that either. And this isn't something I was planning on doing, but I think I'm going to show you guys something really quick. But it's amazing how often I do things I wasn't planning on. But a powerful picture. And one of my team members actually said, it's funny how a picture tells it's worth 1,000 words. And there was something I was teaching everybody this weekend that I want to just share with you guys and show you just as part of my own keynote speech that I did, that when you transform, it transforms all of you. And that's why I brought people like Tony Child, like Ryan Dowdy, like Allison Chavez to you, because these are not people in our ECE world, right? And ECE is broken. And it's time to fix it. And we can unite to fix it together. I brought Liz Huntley to speak to hear, for you guys to hear of the work that you do. If you guys were not at the summit, you need to buy this recording. Okay. I want to show you a picture really quick just to illustrate to you why I did it the way I did it and why I chose to get outside of our fishbowl, outside of the ECE fishbowl. And I chose to really just do something that nobody has ever done before. And let me see from current slide. This is a picture of me. This is a picture of me. The first picture on the left is a picture of me when the day that my husband and I opened our first childcare center. Oh gosh, I was like 17 or 18 years ago. That was day one of being an owner. I was hopeful, I was proud, and I thought I had made it. I had done it, right? I achieved my goals, and here I was opening my childcare center, going from being a home provider to being an owner. Holy cow, I did not know the roller coaster I was about to be on. I did not know that I would have the IRS knocking on my door. I did not know that I would have an eviction notice on my center door. I did not know that I would have a neurological disease that formed because of how I worked myself to death. The person that you see in the middle, that is the victim. That is the victim that I became when I blamed the workforce. Nobody wants to come work for me because I can't pay enough. Nobody wants to come work for me because I don't have good enough benefits. I can't keep children because there's too much competition. The economy is bad, so people can't afford to work for me. I had every excuse in the book. My parents can't afford to pay my wages. I can't raise my prices because parents can't afford it. Do these excuses sound familiar? Because I had every single one of them. The woman on the right of the screen is me today. And the reason I show you this, and I can tell you guys that middle picture of me, that's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? That's who I used to be. But that is the power of mindset. And that is what I wanted to bring to you guys through the Childcare Business Summit. Sorry, guys, I brought something back with me. I'm a little hoarse. I don't know if it's from talking so much, but I need to take a sip of my tea. That is what I want for you. When you really step into that leadership role and you really step in, it transforms your entire life. Excuse me, but it literally is life-changing. And it can transform all of you. And that's what I want for ECE. And that's why I'm bringing people from the outside. That's why what I teach is so different than what you're seeing in ECE. It is nothing like what anybody else is teaching because I know the power. Not only was I able to save my childcare center from bankruptcy, not only do I not feel like an island that was so alone, I don't feel that way anymore. Not only do I no longer feel hopeless. I no longer feel like I have no control over my life. And yes, it gets that bad. When you lose control of your childcare center or whatever business, I don't care if it's not childcare and you own a different business. When you lose control like that, it feels like you've lost control of your life. When you don't know how you're going to make ends meet, when you don't know how you're going to retain employees because they just keep calling in and they have hijacked your center's culture, you feel like an island. You feel so alone. And I know because I was there. I was that owner. And that woman I showed you in the middle, that middle picture, that was her. That was the victim. That's who I was back then. And when I decided to take charge of my life, it changed all of me. All of me. I didn't know I was going to lose 165 pounds. I lost a whole person. I literally lost more weight than what I weigh today. I didn't know that was going to happen when I took charge. It's just what ends up happening is it fixes so much of your entire life. And it just has this trickle down effect on everything. And I just set out to be a better leader. I just had an epiphany, an awakening moment in my life where I realized I was not a good leader. I didn't lead a team that was prospering. I wasn't showing up for the children, right? Because that woman in the middle, she didn't have the mindset. She didn't have the outlook on life. Her worldview was so flawed. That victim that I used to be thought life happened to you instead of for you. Now, that last picture I showed you, the me of today, the me that just hosted leaders that I never would have thought, that lady in the middle picture, never would have thought she could achieve what I achieved today. That's why I bring these people to you. So, if you would like to see what all the buzz is about, if you guys saw all over Facebook, I opened my Facebook and it's just everywhere. We do have, we are selling the recording for you guys today. So today is the last day that you can buy the Child Care Business Summit recording for $199. After today, it's going to be $250. So make sure you get in there. Maybe one of my team members, can you guys drop the link for that for the people who are here so that they can make sure they get the recording? Make sure you get that today. I also want to talk about how do you keep it going for those of you who were at the summit and those of you who are going to go buy it, and it will change your life. It will change your life. Yes, Danielle was there, and I know Danielle is one of the people who are just like, wow, this is amazing. It is life changing, right? You guys, $199 to change your life. If you're holding on to $199 because you think you can't afford it, then you are the victim that I used to be. You are that woman in the middle picture that I showed you just now. That is you. If you are so afraid to pull the trigger because it's only $199, you definitely need to work with me. Absolutely. If that is where your mindset is trapped. I also want to speak to my ladies who were there because, yes, we gave you some amazing, life changing things to do. But how do you keep it going? How do you make sure that this doesn't become something else that just gets filed? That is exactly why I put childcare business professionals together. And I'm going to say the same things to you that showed up that aren't a part of my membership. Why not at this point? Why aren't you? What are you so afraid of? It is literally not that much to become a member of Childcare Business Professionals. And we have some amazing deals going on for you guys that were at the summit live. That if you become a member now, it just blows my mind that we even offered it. But you're still stuck in that victim mentality where it's just not enough. And it's never going to change. If you really want to change and you want to keep this going, you need to stay in the environment. You need to stay just with the type of people that you met this weekend that are in my ecosystem, right? You met the leaders this weekend who their lives have changed. You guys heard from Shailene, who told you about how her life changed. Her entire life changed from working with us. Not only did she go from working 60 hours a week at her center, but now she's working 10 hours a week and starting another company. Amazing, right? Signed up and cannot wait. Yay. It is amazing. I love working with you guys. It is just my mission that is it just brings me so much joy and passion because God put me here to change lives. So I wanted to just remind you guys that we do have a special for next year's summit. For member pricing is $500 per person for next year, or we are doing for my members only. So if you sign up today, we can get you in the next 2 weeks. If you sign up, sorry, wrong one. If you guys sign up, you as a member for Childcare Business Professionals, you will get this deal as well for next year's summit. So next year's summit is going to be June 8th through the 10th, and we're going to be in Texas next year. June 8th through the 10th for my birthday. I will be with you guys in Texas. So I'm excited about that. And what we're doing is it's going to be $500 per person, or this is crazy, $750 for your entire team. Your entire team. Next year, we are adding a teacher track. And we just literally decided this weekend. We had so many of you come to us and saying, this is amazing, but my whole team needs to hear this. Not just management. We had owners and directors that were there together, but they were saying, we need this for my entire team. So what we're doing is the day one of our summit is going to be for the Friday will be for the leaders. It will be directors and owners and just us in the room. But the Saturday is going to be open to teachers. And we're going to help teach your teachers the mindset that I have taught my teachers. The reason that I have people working for me for 15 years. The reason I am a 5-star quality program that is going through NACCE accreditation. You can too. It's not that bad when you have the right people on your bus. And you probably do. You just need to learn how to elevate them. You just need the leadership skills to get them to that point. So we are going to open up Saturday of next year to everybody. So leaders, we're going to do Friday. We will still be doing Friday for leaders as well, but we're going to have a track for teachers also. So I kind of cringe when I even have to say this right now because I just think like, oh my God, this is going to end up costing me so much money. So for members, whether you are at Summit or not, or if you just sign up today or in the next, let me see, I'm getting a message to make sure I did this right. Okay. In the next 2 weeks, you will get your entire team at Summit for $750. Honestly, you guys, I wouldn't even waste the money buying a one-person ticket for $500. You might as well buy the $750 ticket and then figure out who you're bringing with you and how you're going to get them there, right? We have until June. You also have no excuses. You have till June to figure it out. Okay. And for those of you who think, well, I can't leave my center. Yes, you can. I was there and my director was there. Shailene was at my summit and so was her director. Okay. And it was great when my team member, Mandy, asked her the first night we all had dinner. And she asked her, she's like, Shailene, you and your director are both here. Who's running the center? She turned to her and she said, SOPs. And those are the SOPs that we gave her and taught her. The SOPs that she put together after working with childcare business professionals. She is basically was able to bring her and her director, and she knew because she has the systems of operations in place that we've taught her that her center was fine without her and her director. So yes. Oh, and that's right. Tara and her director were there as well. So yeah, Tara and Lynn, Jessica and Lynn, Tara has 2 childcare centers that were fine without her and her directors. Right. And by the way, Tara joined us as a member when she moved from New York, where her centers are located, to Florida. And we helped her figure out how to be a remote owner, which I'm hoping she'll end up coaching for us so she can teach a lot of you how to do the same. So sign up to become a member and then get your ticket to Summit. If you aren't going to sign up for a member, that's okay. We do also have a great deal for you as well. So we are selling Summit tickets for the June 8th and through the 10th Summit that will be in Texas for $750 per person. Again, we're going to do a 2-week. I'm limiting this to 2 weeks because I need to make sure I don't go bankrupt as well. But we are going to allow your entire team for $1,000 for your entire team. So make sure that you sign up before our regular price happens, because it is definitely not going to be that cheap for very much longer, because I do need to be able to pay the bills too. And so don't miss out. You don't want to have FOMO. You have plenty of time to get your systems in place so that you and your director can be gone. You can do it. I promise. I've coached a lot of different leaders to be able to do this, to be able to take the vacation and be gone. So make sure you're there, because if you want to change, if you want to be a part of the ECU revolution and you don't want to be left behind, if you are done with these old standards that are killing our industry, I see article after article about it, about how, oh my gosh, we need to do something. Yeah, we do. We do. But we need to do something. Leaders, you need to do something. Okay? You do. You need to stop waiting for someone to come and save you. Nobody's coming to save you. You need to save yourself. You need to stop being a victim, and you need to transform into a victor. And we will help you. We can help guide you through that. But there is no magic pill. There is nobody who can do it for you. You have to do the work. We can give you the tools. I can teach you. I can help you with your mindset. I can give you the tools you need to get systems of operations into place, to create an organizational chart, to have a new hire training so that your new hires are who you want them to be as they come in. And by the way, when you start with us, I'm going to make your entire staff go through the new hire training. And we just call it like a revamping or a renewal of policies and procedures, right? And it just doesn't cost you any more money. We incorporate it into their normal work day. Okay. And when we get all of this in place, you will be able to come to a summit with your other leadership team and not worry about your center. You'll be able to move across the country if you do the work. And I have plenty of people out there who've done the work with me and are living proof of it. One of our other members, Danielle, she came to me when she was going through a life experience where she had to leave her center and go get a job to be able to support her family. But she didn't know how her center was going to run itself with her working a different job in a different career completely. So we helped her get those things into place that she needed so that she could have a director, because you may like a different career, but you own a child care center. That's okay. We can help with that too. So if you're tired of being the hamster on the wheel, all of those people we see on Facebook who are always complaining about how horrible it is and how EC is broken and somebody needs to come save us. And nobody's coming. Nobody's going to save us. We had our time in the limelight during COVID, but that's over now. You can save yourself, and we can help you. We will give you the skills and the mindset so that you don't have to rely on someone else to come and save you. You're not a victim. Stop letting society convince you that you are. Stop letting the outside world and what is in the news and what everybody talks about convince you that ECE is stuck and it's dying. Because, yeah, the way it is today, it is dying. But for those of us here in my position, we're breaking that fishbowl. We've broken out. My fishbowl's broken. I'm out of it. I am out of the fishbowl, and I see what the ocean has for me. And I'm not struggling. I'm not. In fact, I'm the person that you approach when you're done. I'm the person that those leaders that are exhausted and done, come to, and I'm the person that buys your center really cheap and turn it into a successful business, right? And that's all because of my mindset. Knowledge is easy to gain. I can teach you guys. You can go and get any coaching program and learn. You can go buy books. I mean, I have a whole bookshelf here full of these wonderful, amazing books, right? But if your brain isn't in the right place, nothing's going to happen. And someone like me is going to come in and we're going to buy your childcare center for a very dirt cheap price. And we're going to turn it into a multi-million-dollar company. Wouldn't it be better for you to be that someone? It is your choice, 100%. And it is time to choose. If you want to take this amazing momentum that you guys who were at the conference went through, and you are ready, you need to be a part of my membership if you're not. And for those of you who buy our replay and you see the life transformation that happened over this weekend of all the people, just go through our Facebook group, you guys, and scroll through how many people are saying, oh my gosh, this is life changing. This is life changing. I cannot even begin to tell you, as we were leaving my team, we went to dinner with my team and all of their messengers were just pinging and pinging and pinging and pinging and pinging with people like, holy cow. I mean, between all of us at that table, we were just getting one message after another with people like, this has changed my life. This has changed my life. This has changed my life. So get the recording and get in and be ready to be a part of the ECU revolution. Because those of you who are with me, we're going to be taking over this industry and I'm ready for it. I can't do it by myself, which is why we're doing this, right? We are taking over this industry. We are making it better. And we are doing it for the children because the children deserve it. They no longer deserve to be with these owners who don't even like them, to be with directors who complain about how horrible they are. They're not horrible. 90% of a child's behavior is the adult's fault. It is not their fault. And they don't deserve it. They don't deserve the bitterness that has taken over ECE. And those of us who are willing to step up for them, because this is about the children. Those of us who are willing to become victors instead of victims and learn how to have a successful childcare center that can pay our employees more, that do have people that want to work for you. Those of us, we're going to take over. So you have a question to ask yourself. Do you want to be taken over by someone like me? Or do you want to become someone like me? I don't know. It's up to you. If you're that done, then reach out to one of my members because we're on fire right now and we're ready to take over this industry. And I am duplicating myself over and over and over. So eventually, as this duplication continues, either you're going to be left behind and you're going to be one of the ones who's blaming the world while the rest of us are changing the face of ECE. So make sure you really choose wisely. What seat do you want to be on? Do you want to be stuck in that fishbowl that's going to go dry? It's going to go dry. Or do you want to be in the big ocean of those of us who are taking over and who are making ECE better for the children? For the children. To empower our employees and to have these amazing, wonderful centers that make the children's life better. I don't know. The choice is so obvious to me. So if you're fixated on that dollar sign issue, you really need to examine yourself because that's a problem. That's a problem. So make sure you join us today and make sure you're at all of our events. We have so much more coming. We're going to do a tour in November for my members of my childcare center. We're going to be doing some amazing things, not November, February, of where people are going to be able to come to my hometown and tour my childcare center. You guys get to see it firsthand, up close and personal. You guys get to be with us. So make sure that you join us so that you are not one of the ones left behind. Have a wonderful day, everybody.